Australia is massive. Like, I have no idea how big this place is, massive. To give you an idea, you could fit the whole of Europe into Australia and still have room for a barbecue. So, where do you start? Here are some must-visit spots. 1. Sydney, the city of icons. When you think of Australia, you probably picture the Sydney Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Well, guess what? They're just as stunning in person. Sydney is a buzzing metropolis with gorgeous beaches like Bondi and Manly, world-class restaurants, and a nightlife that'll keep you on your toes, literally, if you've had too many craft beers. Don't miss Sydney Opera House. Take the guided tour. It's fascinating. Bondi to Coogee Coastal Walk, because you can't say you've been to Sydney without seeing Bondi Beach. The Rocks, historic cobblestone streets, cute pubs, and killer views of the bridge. Pro tip: take the ferry to Manly Beach at sunset for some serious Instagrammable views. 2. Melbourne, the hipster capital. If Sydney is the popular kid, Melbourne is the cool, artsy one who listens to vinyl records and drinks flat whites. That's a fancy coffee, by the way. Known for its street art, hip cafes, and live music scene, Melbourne is the cultural hub of Australia. The city's laneways are filled with hidden gems, from secret bars to quirky boutiques. Don't miss Hosier Lane, Melbourne's iconic street art alley. Federation Square, the heart of the city and the perfect place to people watch. St Kilda, hit the beach, and don't forget to try some cake at Ackland Street. Pro tip: Melbourne's weather is like a hormonal teenager, it can't make up its mind. Pack for all 4 seasons, even if it's summer. 3. Great Barrier Reef, underwater wonderland. If you've ever wanted to swim alongside Nemo and his friends, the Great Barrier Reef is where you need to go. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is the largest coral reef system in the world and is home to some of the most vibrant marine life you'll ever see. Whether you're snorkeling, scuba diving, or just chilling on a boat, the Great Barrier Reef will blow your mind. Don't miss snorkeling in the reef. Even if you're not a strong swimmer, there are tours that cater to all skill levels. Whitsunday Islands, white sand beaches and crystal clear water. Paradise, basically. Cairns, the gateway to the reef and a great place to base yourself for day trips. Pro tip: wear a stinger suit if you're visiting during jellyfish season. Trust me, you don't want to make friends with a box jellyfish. 4. Uluru, Ayers Rock, the red heart of Australia, smack dab in the middle of nowhere, officially known as the Outback. You'll find Uluru, a massive sandstone monolith that's sacred to Indigenous Australians. Watching the sunset here is a spiritual experience, and the rock literally changes colors depending on the time of day. It's one of those pictures don't do it justice kinds of places. Don't miss sunrise or sunset at Uluru. Bring a camera, a jacket, and your sense of awe. Kata Tjuta, the Olgas, another stunning rock formation nearby. Indigenous cultural tours. Learn about the deep cultural significance of Uluru. Pro tip: don't climb Uluru. It's disrespectful to the indigenous culture, and the climb is now closed to tourists anyway. 5. Tasmania, Australia's wild side. If you've got a thing for untouched wilderness and wildlife that looks like it's out of a Dr. Seuss book, then Tasmania is your jam. This island state is rugged, remote, and ridiculously beautiful. Think national parks, hiking trails, and wildlife that could literally pop up at any moment. Hello, Tasmanian devils. Don't miss Cradle Mountain, jaw-dropping scenery and great hikes. Freycinet National Park, home to Wineglass Bay, one of the world's most beautiful beaches. Hobart, Tasmania's capital and home to the quirky Mona Museum. Pro tip: Tasmania is cooler than mainland Australia, so pack a jacket, even in summer. And no, you probably won't see a Tasmanian devil spinning like a tornado, sorry, Looney Tunes fans. Aussie culture, more than just g'day and kangaroos. Australia's culture is a laid-back mix of Indigenous traditions, British influences, and surf culture. Australians are known for their friendliness, love of sport, and the ability to throw a barbecue at the drop of a hat. Seriously, Aussies can barbecue anywhere. But there's also a deep respect for the land, especially among Indigenous Australians, whose history is over 60,000 years old. Things to know about Aussie culture: sport is a religion. Cricket, rugby, AFL, Australian Football League. If there's a ball involved, Aussies are invested. Mate, everyone's your mate, even if they've just met you. It's basically the Aussie version of friend. Cafes are life. Australians take their coffee very seriously. Flat whites, long blacks. You'll be a coffee snob by the end of your trip. Australian food, more than just Vegemite, but you should try that, too. Fork and knife with plate. Let's talk food. Australian cuisine is a delicious mix of fresh seafood, multicultural influences, and interesting snacks. Here are a few things you absolutely must try. 1. Meat pies, Australia's national snack. Flaky pastry filled with savoury goodness, often topped with tomato sauce, ketchup for non-Aussies. It's the perfect grab-and-go meal. 2. Vegemite. This iconic spread is made from yeast extract and is, well, let's say it's an acquired taste. Spread it thinly on toast with butter. Thinly, I repeat. Too much Vegemite and your taste buds might revolt. 3. Barramundi, a local fish that's often grilled or pan-fried. It's flaky, light, and absolutely delicious. You'll find it on menus everywhere. 4. Lamingtons, a spongy cake coated in chocolate and desiccated coconut. It's a dessert you'll want to bring home with you, if you don't eat them all first. Pros: stunning scenery, from beaches to deserts to rainforests, Australia has it all. Friendly locals, Aussies are some of the most laid-back, welcoming people you'll meet. Diverse wildlife, where else can you see kangaroos, koalas, and platypuses in one trip? Great weather, if you love sunshine, Australia's got you covered, except Melbourne, where the weather has a mind of its own. Coffee culture, seriously, the coffee is next level.